Hi, I'm Eddie Garcia, Chief of Police for the Fort Worth Police Department.
Thanks for being with us, Chief. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So let's start with the big picture. Overall crime in the first quarter is down, I think 8% compared to last year, even more compared to 2024. What's behind that big drop? How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling great about it. I mean, what's behind the big drop is the tremendous work of the men and women of this police department who are on a mission to really continue to do what they've always done and serve this community the best they can. The support that we get from our mayor, from our council, from our city manager, all those things, right? And then the support we get from the community. When you have those three things working for you, when you have amazing men and women, when you have a supportive community, and when you have supportive mayor, council, and city manager, and a great city manager, those things are possible. So I'm proud of the work they're doing. Obviously, we're not doing any touchdown dances. These are lives that are at stake. These are victims. Certainly, coming out of the first quarter, with those reductions is something that we will take, that the men and women should be proud of, that this community should be proud of as we continue moving towards the year and obviously more busy times as the weather gets warmer.
Are there specific strategies that you feel like made a difference to this number?
One, again, it all starts with the men and women, the tenacity that they have and the professionalism that they do, and again, the community support. But really just utilizing data, really focusing on that, making sure that our officers are in the best places for them to do what they do best. And what they do best is serve this community, take criminals off the street. Utilizing data has been something that we've been working on to ensuring that our officers are in the right places, right times. Obviously going out and continuing our relationships with our community. In those type of things are what's working. Obviously, we're starting to work with criminologists again with regards to our crime plan. But again, we just launched the crime plan itself. And so these things that were done just simply based on us really looking at the data and putting our officers in the best places to succeed. And they've just been phenomenal. I could not be prouder of the men and women of this department.
When you say utilizing the data, are you basically seeing where the crime is higher at certain times and points of day and placing more officers there?
Absolutely. We've been doing that for a while now. We're starting to do it with the criminologists, but that's exactly, we're looking at that data.
What neighborhoods are seeing the biggest improvements and which ones are not?
There's areas throughout the city that they're seeing great improvements, and there's areas that have been challenging. There's no question about it. But I mean, the one thing that I want to say, all of our neighborhoods, whether we're seeing great decreases in violent crime or we see some challenges that we need to work on, they're amazing neighborhoods with fantastic people that live in those neighborhoods. And so I don't like to paint a broad brush throughout that. I mean, there are challenging areas in every city. We are no different. And we have to roll up our sleeves and do what we can for them. This is the city of Fort Worth, right? I mean, I don't like us to think as north, south, east, or west. We're one city. And what happens in one division, in one area of our city affects us all. And so obviously we look at our divisions as their own independent areas and see what they need. And each one has different needs and wants. And so collectively as a city, we've seen great reductions. We cover this in our CompStat meetings that we have Mondays and Fridays. I'm so proud of the commanders doing everything that they can with their divisions. And obviously proud of the men and women. But again, obviously this is a violence reduction strategy or crime reduction strategy. It's not a crime elimination strategy. And so one of the great things is just listening to the plans from the ground up as the best ways to fight crime. And, as a police chief, I just couldn't be prouder of hearing those thoughts and ideas.
We're also seeing some encouraging drops in things like ag assault or robbery. Those numbers are all improving. When it comes to murders, I know it was down last year, but it's still higher than it was Q1 in 2024. Is it concerning to you that those numbers are fluctuating? How should your residents view that?
We have to start somewhere, right? I mean, I will tell you that our murder numbers are down this quarter compared to Q1 of last year. If we look back in 2023, I believe there were 18 murders, I think, that were committed here at one point. And so when you look at one snapshot in time, but you look even further, we've run down from that. So, I'll say this, compared to last year, we have to start somewhere. We want to do better. We want to save more lives than we did the year before. We want to save more lives than we did the quarter before. And so there's more lives that have been saved throughout the first quarter of this year than there were last year. I'll say one of the dynamics that I think any criminologist will tell you is that a direct result and direction of violence in any city is particularly particularly as it pertains to gun-related aggravated assault. Most aggravated assaults are somewhat gun-related. And so when we see those drops in aggravated assault, right, we see a drop of almost 12% Q1 this year between Q1 of last year. We see a drop of almost 23% between Q1 this year to Q1 of 2024. When you look at those murder numbers as an example, even though we're lower than we were last quarter, aggravated assault is the main point. You know, in murder, within murder itself, you have domestic violence type of murders that occur that are very difficult, that occur indoors. You have murders that have occurred indoors and in homes. You have murders that occur where people know each other. You have murders that are committed where individuals may be involved in high-risk behavior themselves that occur. Those are difficult for any police department. And so you have to really drill down on all those numbers. But again, at the end of the day, one life is too many. I think everyone agrees in that. And as I mentioned before, just it's positive for the men and women, the homicide detectives that do a tremendous job of clearing and solving these cases and bringing justice to families and deceased victims themselves. And so, yeah, although we have a lot of work to do, there's no question. One life is always going to be too many, and we want to continue to reduce those numbers. But to see our robberies go down, to see our aggravated assaults go down, and to see our murders go down in Q1 compared to the last quarter of last year is something that really, at the end of the day, we do these jobs, these men and women do their jobs, and they do them for all the right reasons. But, it's nice, it's also nice for a police officer here, great, that was great work, now let's just keep going. At the end of the day, this is my life, our lives. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's only another tunnel. So whether it's coming out of Q1, we're going into Q2. Whether it's the end of the year, well, we don't get a lot of time to celebrate, or we have to get right back into the other year to save as many lives as we possibly can. My hope for Fort Worth is that we continue the downward trend that we're having on crime overall throughout the city, and to let our community know that we in no way, shape, or form are celebrating anything, but it's important for us to be transparent where we're at. And we want to continue the positive trend. One life is too many, and we want to continue to work with our community and our amazing police officers to make the city of Fort Worth the safest, largest city in this country.